So we've got a big holiday weekend coming up, and maybe you've already got a little knot in your stomach about it. The barbecues, the drinks, the desserts, the vacations you've got planned later in the summer, and that voice in the back of your head going, well, there goes my progress. I'm just gonna have to figure it out later. If this is you, I want you to take a deep breath because I just got back from vacation myself. The scale went up a little bit, and I am completely and totally unbothered by it. And by the end of this, I want you to feel the same way about your weekend coming up and your vacations this summer. Welcome to the Biking Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Smith, and I lost 50 pounds riding my bike by focusing on what my body can do. Now, I teach other women how to do the same. I am obsessed with completely flipping the script on weight loss so that we can work out to feel good and feel strong. If you are ready to stop dieting, learn how to appreciate your body, and have fun riding your bike, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Why, hello there, my wonderful friend. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're just joining us for the first time, a special, warm welcome to you. Thank you for being here and welcome to the Biking Wellness community. And just really quick before we get into it, because I never want you to miss this, if anything today makes you think you'd like some help actually doing this thing, actually losing weight, I would love to be in your corner this summer. I do one-on-one coaching, and the easiest way to start is to just send me the word interested, either as a DM on Instagram at Sassy Cycling, that's SASCY Cycling, or in an email to stacy@sassy.com, that's STACY at SASCY.com. We just are going to chat and talk about how we can make this summer your best summer yet. Okay, so now let's get into the podcast. Let's talk about you and let's talk about this weekend. If you're like most of the women that I work with, most of my clients, here is how it usually goes. You see the holiday coming, and before it even gets here, you're already stressing out about it. You're wondering how you're going to manage all of the food. You're telling yourself that you're going to be good, that you'll be careful, and maybe you'll, not eat lunch before the barbecue or not eat breakfast before the barbecue so that you have room for all the barbecue food. And then the weekend happens, you eat, you drink, you enjoy yourself like a normal human being. And by Sunday night, you are just like, oh my gosh, I blew it. I was out of control. I don't know what happened to me. And then you're like, okay, well, tomorrow, I got to get back into this tomorrow. And I just want you to notice something here. All of this stress, all of this worry, all of this bracing yourself, all of this, feeling guilty over what you're eating, this is drama. And this drama is the actual problem. It's not the potato salad. It's not the second hot dog. It's not the glass of wine at the beach. The weekend is not the problem. The enjoying of your holiday is not the problem. It is the whole story that you are building around it for yourself that is the problem. And I 100% know this because I used to live it. I used to live in that drama, and now I just don't. And the difference is night and day between how I think, how I feel, and my ability to lose weight and keep it off long term. Now, I just got back from a little beach trip, and in the past, these kinds of trips would have really stressed me out for days beforehand. I would have worried about, is there going to be a gym at the hotel? I would have worried about packing workout clothes. I would have worried about, not being on my bike and being away from my bike and losing my bike fitness. I would have, been like, okay, well, these are all these places that I can fit in extra movement. And it would have been this whole thing. But this time, I really didn't do any of that. I went into this thinking, I'm going to go away for a few days with my family. It is something we do every year, something we truly enjoy. It is going to be so lovely. And I'm just going to eat when I'm hungry. I'm going to stop when I've had enough food. I'm going to enjoy the delicious food. I'm not going to restrict myself from ordering what I want on the menu. And I'm going to make sure that I take care of myself by drinking lots of water because it's hot and I want to stay hydrated, and I want to try to get as much sleep as possible because I know that that makes me feel good and makes me really enjoy the vacation. And it just was so easy. And I reminded myself, hey, anytime you go away, you're going to be walking. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. You're going to be walking to and from dinner. You're going to be doing walks on the beach, and you're going to get the movement in, and it's going to be in a natural way and in a way that feels good. So this is what I want you to kind of think about if you have a vacation coming up, or if you are thinking about the holiday weekend coming up, the 4th of July weekend. I want you to focus on losing all of those dramatic thoughts that you are having and focus on just having fun, just having a good time. Noticing those thoughts when they come up and saying like, okay, like I know you're worried about me, brain. I know you are worried about me, self. I understand that you're trying to protect me and you're trying to protect like all of the hard work I've been doing. You're trying to protect my progress, or you're trying to get me off on the right foot. I understand everything that you're doing here. Understand everything that your brain is doing, and just say like, listen, it's going to be okay. And we're going to make some decisions based on what we really want. And we are going to enjoy the moments, enjoy the food, and we're going to let it go. And this is what I really want for you. I want you to have a good time. I don't want you to think you have to save up or make up for anything this weekend. You get to just enjoy this beautiful summer weekend with the people you love. And then you go regularly scheduled programming the following week. That's really it. Your holiday weekend's not going to ruin anything. The stress, the guilt you wrap around it are the only things that are going to ruin everything for you, and let that go. I know it's tough, but I want you to at least be open to the idea of letting that go and just enjoying the weekend. Now, I know exactly what some of you are thinking because it's the very next thing that used to trip me up. What about when you get home? What about Monday after the weekend when you get on the scale? Let's talk about this because this is where everything really changed for me. So let's talk. You get home from the weekend or the vacation and you step on the scale and there it is. The number's up. And for so many of us, that number can absolutely be devastating. It just can. Like, let's just say so. I think it's fair to say that for some of us, the number on the scale holds a whole lot of emotional weight in addition to whatever physical weight is being reflected there. So I want to tell you that if you are feeling that way, I totally understand. I've absolutely been there. I've seen the number go up and I have felt like I have totally screwed up. And if that is still happening for you, I just want you to know that I remember that feeling with my whole entire body and I understand where you're coming from because it can send you straight into this like, oh my gosh, I blew it. I have to be strict now. I have to get back on track and I have to do everything right. I lived that for a very long time. But here is what is wild to me now. Back when I was losing my 50 pounds, I actually avoided the scale anytime that I overate. So if there was a game night and I had a lot of snacks, or if it was the weekend and I had eaten a lot more over the weekend, I just wouldn't get on the scale the following day. And I would just be like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at the number. And I just would avoid it. And if you're doing that, like, I totally get it. I lost weight doing that. So it's not any kind of moral failing on your part if that number bothers you and if you want to not necessarily pay attention to it. But what I ended up doing is I would still, I'd be like, okay, I know the scale's going to be up today. I don't really want to look at it. I'm not going to let it bother me one way or the other. I'm going to kind of get back to my healthier eating habits over the next couple of days, then I'll jump back on the scale. So the thing is that I didn't avoid it forever. And I also didn't let my brain just spiral into, okay, well, I can't lose weight. I never could lose weight before. Why do I think this is going to be any different? I knew this was going to be different because somewhere along the way, everything started to change. I weigh myself regularly now, even when I know for a fact that the number is going to be up, just to be curious about what's happening, what's going on with my body. And I get on the scale, and I got on the scale in the morning after we got home, and I saw that it was up about a pound and a half. And honestly, I was just like, oh, I thought, I wonder what my body's doing right now. I actually kind of thought it would be up more this time because I know deep in my bones that I didn't actually gain a pound and a half or gain actual weight over the vacation. That's just not how it works. I just ate different kinds of food and my body's reacting differently. I had some drinks. My body's holding on to a little more water, more salt in the food I was eating probably caused the water. And it's just going to adjust right back to where it was before as I get back into my normal routine. The scale is just giving you information. It's just a data point. That's it. And it's not even the most important one. And I know you know this. I know that you have seen like the same social media posts that I have where people have posted like, this is my body at X amount of weight and here's my body at the same amount of weight, but the body composition is just totally different. So the scale is just one data point. It's just one piece of information and that's it. So I think that when we can look at it that way and frame it that way, it starts to really lose the power to actually ruin your day. It does not do that to me anymore. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. So when you get on the scale after this weekend and it's up a little, I want you to try, thinking something different. Instead of panicking, just get curious. Say to yourself, I wonder what my body's up to. You didn't undo all of your progress. Don't think that your body is like just totally screwed up now because you ate more this weekend. Your body's just doing its normal thing and it'll settle back down as you get back to your regularly scheduled programming, as you start to eat the way that you normally eat. And that is something that I think is really important. Also, just a side note here about the scale. I know a lot of us have a lot of emotions with the scale. And I know that for me personally, weighing myself regularly is just giving me information and it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't bother me. It's just, oh, that's what's happening. That's what's going on. If it's something different for you, I really want you to consider putting that scale away for a while because I am coming to you after literal decades of working on this. And if you just aren't at a place right now where you find that information to be useful in any way, put it away. Put it in a closet. Throw the sucker away. I don't even care because really what this is all about here, what we're doing here together is we are talking about how to feel good in our bodies. We are talking about how to find a way to be happy with ourselves, to go about our lives and not hyper-focus on the food and not hyper-focus on all of the things that we have historically seen in the mirror that we don't like. So if this scale does not help you right now in your weight loss journey, then don't pay any attention to it. Use other markers. Go by how your clothes feel. Go by, more importantly, how you feel. How do you feel about yourself in your body? How do you feel in your body? How does that movement make you feel? That number on the scale, it's not good or bad. It's just a number. It's just information. And I promise you that one vacation, that one weekend, that whatever you have done that you think is so awful, horrible, and terrible, it's just not. I promise. Just get curious about it and say like, oh, you know what happened? Maybe I just really needed to not think about food this weekend. Maybe I just really needed to enjoy myself. And maybe I'm going to do something a little bit differently tomorrow, but I'm not going to let whatever happened in the past keep me from moving forward today. And speaking of this whole idea of like kind of getting back into your regularly scheduled programming and your routine, I want to talk to you a little bit about where my head's at right now, because I think that you might be right here with me. So as you're heading into this weekend, here's what I want you to kind of hold on to. The barbecues, the vacation, the good food, it's not going to ruin your weight loss progress. Just think about how good it might feel to drop that drama and drop that conversation with yourself, to actually enjoy every bit of the weekend, every bit of your vacations coming up. And, when you get home, you just get back to your normal routine without making a single thing mean something bad about you. That is how this actually becomes something that you can keep doing. Weight loss can be something that you enjoy almost, that you can live with for good. And I'm going to be really honest with you about where I am at right now. I had a lovely vacation and now I'm home and I'm getting back into my movement and my food choices. And I am genuinely excited to lean into my health this summer. I want to feel stronger. I actually want to lose a little bit of weight this summer. And I've been working out exactly what that's going to look like for me. So I'm going to be bringing you along with me on that this summer because I have a feeling you might want to do it right alongside me. So keep listening because there's more coming on this soon. And if you already know you don't want to figure this out alone, if you want someone in your corner as we head into the best part of summer, let's just chat. Send me the word interested as a DM on Instagram at Sassy Cycling, SASCY Cycling, or email me at Stacy, STACY, at sassy, SASCY.com, and we can chat, all right? And we can see what it can look like for you. Also, if this episode meant something to you, if it hit you in a particular way, could you just take 2 seconds to follow or subscribe wherever you're listening? It genuinely helps this little show reach more women who want to hear that they can actually enjoy the summer and that they can lose weight without all of the drama. And if you know somebody who's already stressing about this weekend, please send this her way. She absolutely needs to hear it. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you have the most wonderful 4th of July weekend. I am cheering for you right here every single step of the way. Talk soon.